Pies. I'm Lanikia, and you're watching What Happened on the Soaps. This is the Young and the Restless edition. All right, guys, today is Friday, September the 30th. Yay! On a scale of 1 to 10, honestly, I'm going to give this one a 6. And I'm being generous. I'm not that invested in Kyle and Summer, so it wasn't that much to me, but let's keep going. We start by seeing Elena and Devon together. She's actually at Crimson Lights. He comes in and he's like, "How's everything going, Elena?" And she was like, "It's okay." And he was like, "I know you should be happy that Nate and I are starting to work together again." And he did come back and apologize and said he was very hollow when he said he wanted the job back, and and that he would do more of the listening instead of trying to take the lead. And she was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "Is everything okay?" And she was like, "Honestly, she and Nate have been having a few problems, but she doesn't want to get into it with Devon." And he was like, "Yeah, okay, I understand." And so she was about to leave and she dropped her wallet or a key, but the hotel room card key fell out. And he was like, "Are you staying at a hotel?" And she was like, "Yes, Nate and I are taking some space." And then she said, but she doesn't want to get into it. And she leaves, which gives Devon pause. And so we see Audrey, is it Audrey? It's Audra and Nate together. And she's having breakfast and he stops by her table and she tells him that she wants to get to know him more outside of work and, maybe hit up what's there to do in Genoa City. And he was like, they just opened this cute little spot. It's a dance club. And she was like, maybe we can go together. And he can feel the vibes. I said, what, is Nate the most eligible bachelor in Genoa City? Because she's throwing it at him hard. Like she's throwing the vibes at him very hard. But he tells her, like, I'm in a situation. So, it wouldn't be professional for me to go out. And she says, I understand that. Because at first she was like, he didn't tell her that part. He just said, no, I don't think we should go out. She was like, if I asked you to golf, you would talk about, we would do golf. What's the difference between that and a nightclub? But so when he tells her about Elena, she backs off and she says, okay, I get it. I understand. And then that's when Devon comes and he's like, you two together again. And Nate makes it clear that, hey, he was just there for breakfast and bumped into her. There was no kind of meeting. And he was like, okay. But he's getting the vibes that Audrey is giving, which are, I'm attracted to Nate. And she's letting it be known, like she's not trying to hide it or anything. So he's like, so Devon is looking at this like, interesting. So then we see later on, Billy is with Lily and he's just telling her he's really upset about telling Johnny and he wished they had not. And he's worried about Chelsea as well. And he thought this was going to work out, but this all blew up in his face and he wasn't expecting this. So he's just stressed out about that. He asks her if she's coming to Summer and Kyle's wedding. She says no, she has some work to do, but that she's there for him as far as supporting him with everything that's going on with Johnny. He says, okay, I get it. Thank you, for the support, but he's about to go to the wedding. And she said, okay, I'll talk to you later. So around this time, Devon comes in and he talks to Lily and he tells Lily, he said, I need to talk to you about something. She said, what is it? And he said, I saw Elena earlier and she told me that she and Nate, she didn't tell me, but I found out that she and Nate are on a break, like they're taking space. And he said, and then I saw Nate with Audrey and he was like, I think he should, it concerns him because Lily was like, I don't see how that's our business. He said, it's concerning to me because Elena was his voice of reason. She talked him through things. So he doesn't know that Nate should be without that. But she says, I think you don't give Nate enough credit. I said, girl, when Nate takes over this company, Devon, you tell her that you were the one who said all of this to her and she didn't want to listen. Honestly, when it comes to business, Lily is a little naive about this. She wants to be the CEO and the boss of it all. And she acts like she is the only CEO of Chancellor Winters. Her decisions seem to be the ones that get approved and everything. I don't even know why they because it seemed like the merger was like, I thought her and Devon would be more equal, but it feels like Lily is like, I'm a little bit more, I'm a more than that. If I don't know, maybe y'all don't see it that way, but that's how it comes across, that it's not really co-CEO like to me. It's more she's the CEO and Devon's not quite her COO, but he's not like it's like CEO, and then if there was a spot between being the CEO and the COO, that's where Devon would be. But anyways, so she was gone out of the office. They were supposed to have a meeting, but Billy, they said, so Nate and Audrey come and they were like, where is everyone? And he said Lily had to take a phone call real quick and Billy had to go to a family event. So for right now, it's just us. And he was like, a fancy seeing y'all together again. And so Nate said, well, since we can go get ahead and get started. Well, Devon said, let's get started. And Nate said, well, I was thinking maybe we could drop the price by 5%. And Devon said, why would we want to do that? And Audrey said, yeah, I'm not agreeing with dropping the price. She said, we're at the sweet spot. And plus we don't want to seem desperate to get buyers and everything. We want, and Nate was thinking to cause a frenzy. No, you want to drop that price for Victoria and them because, anyways, you want to drop that price for Newman and all of them. And so, no, Audrey backed Devon up on that and said, no, the price is great where it is. And of course, Nate feels like once again, his ideas are not being heard. He didn't say that, but it was the look on his face. So he and Devon talking. Devon just says, how are you? How you been? How are you and Elena? He says, right now we're taking a little space from each other, but it'll all be good in the end. And Nate is Devon is just looking. I said, follow your instincts, Devon. You've been in business too long. You should be able to see what's going on with Nate. But who would think their family would betray them this way? So then we see Victor, Victoria, and Nick. And Nick is still saying, I don't want to do this. I don't think this is right to do to Chancellor Winters. I don't agree with this. I don't think it's ethical. Are y'all really? He said, Lily and Devon are going to know that they got this information from Nate when you put him in the CEO position. And we're going to have to deal with shared trading, is it trade secrets? What did Martha Stewart go to prison for? That he said we're gonna have to deal with that. Trader secrets. And because you can't do that, like they're getting this inside information leaked to them to know about, the stock and everything, so they can buy up a lot of stock and shares, and they can buy up a lot of shares and you can't do that. But Victoria said, it'll be fine. We'll deal with any FBI or government entities that come after us. It'll be fine. And Victor says you have to take a risk. And but Nick is just like, I don't agree with this, but y'all gonna do what y'all want to do. But I have to get to Summer's wedding. And Victor said, they asked, is Victor going? He said, of course not. It's at Jack Abbott's house. And I'm like, really? You can't go and support Summer even though it's at Jack's? Whatever. And Victoria said, well, since Dad's not going to go, I'm going to go. But Victor ended up he's going to Chicago to work on getting up, I guess, more capital so they can have money, like free up some money so they can buy all these shares. I feel like something's going to go wrong. And that is the spoilers that's been going out, that Victoria is going to overextend the company, buying up so much. But we'll see, y'all. But anyway, she thanks her dad for supporting her in this whole Chancellor Winters move. And then Nikki comes in and she says, we got to get ready for the wedding. And Victor says, I'm not going, because Nikki was over at Jackson. She dropped off the dress, the wedding dress for Summer that she bought from Forrester Creations. And Victor was like, I'm not going. She said, why? Because it's Jack's. And he was like, you know why, baby. And anyways, Victoria is just like, well, I'm going to go and get ready for the wedding. And Dad is actually going to work on some business for me. And Nikki was like, whatever. And so then Nikki and Victor talk, and she just tells him she found information on Diane from Deacon. She said it was horrible seeing him, but he did give her the information that she was wanting, which is that Diane lived more luxurious lifestyle than she's leading on. She was seen in a Bentley, and Deacon actually gave her a photograph of the Bentley, so they're gonna run the plates. And they said the man who has the Bentley, it's registered to entertainment arts company. They have the business is really in London, but they have a Los Angeles location. So they're saying, what was she doing? And they were like, Victor was just like, that seems like a Bentley. Like, how would she be able to afford that on a mid-level real estate salary? I don't know, y'all. We're going to see. So then Diane is getting ready. I did like Diane's dress. I did not like her hair. I don't think her hair and her dress match, but I liked her dress as the mother of the groom. I did. That was, yeah. So then we see Tucker comes to speak to Diane, and they still not revealing what the secret is. And I was like, are they married? Are they together? What's going on here? And he says, she says, I need more time. And he says, I've given you time, but the way you're treating me makes me feel bad. Like, dang, why are you treating me this way? When you needed me and everything, you were, you treated me nicely, but now it's like you're ignoring my calls. You don't answer my texts. You're trying to hide me. And so I was like, what are they to each other? But she says, today's a big day with Kyle. She's been dreaming of being back into his good graces, and now she's finally getting to be where she wants to be with the family. And he says, don't worry, I'm going to refill myself, but when I do, don't worry, you're not going to come up. Our association won't come up and everything. And she was like, okay. But I don't think Diane really 100% trusts that. But anyway, Diane does make it to the house, and she thanks Kyle for allowing her to be a part of his big day. And he was like, I couldn't do it without you. So then we see that everyone is together, and Mariah is stressing out. She's like, we need to do this. We need to do that. And Kyle said, no. We're going to make this fun. So don't stress. We're going to have fun getting ready with everything. Because they run around eating eclairs and pastries. And she's like, we got a lot of stuff to do. We don't have time for this. And so then Kyle is getting ready, and Jack helps him with his cufflinks. And he says, these were your grandfather's cufflinks. And he's just happy that he's letting him have it in the home. And Jack is happy that Kyle wanted it there. And they're just happy to have all the different people in the Abbott residence. And it's, when you have, because it was for so long, it was just Tracy, Ashley when she would be there, and Jack. And so now, like, they have Summer and Kyle and Harrison back. They have Allie staying there. It's still Tracy and Jack. Like, it's a how it's getting full again, and they love that. So then we see that's when Nikki had came over to drop off the dress, and she told Phyllis, my trip was very successful. And then we see that Phyllis has a conversation with Summer, and she just tells Summer, I'm so happy for you. You're marrying the love of your life again. I'm happy to be here for you. You're just so strong, and I love you. And Summer was like, I love you too, Mom, and I'm so happy I get to do this with you. But Summer gets on my nerves because you're not the mother. But she told Phyllis, I don't want anything to go wrong. And Phyllis was like, Summer, what could go wrong? Diane and I, nothing's going to happen on your day. Nothing's going to happen. This is about you and Kyle. That's it. And Summer said, okay. So then Nick arrives, and Phyllis talks to him, and he says, she's a lot like you. Summer is like you. And she asks him, are you okay with how, not walking her down the aisle? And he says he's okay with that. But as he was saying, Summer is a lot like you. And she said, we did good. Like, we might have our disagreement and our differences or whatever, but when it came to Summer, we did good. And so then Nick goes up and he talks to Summer, and it's a really sweet speech. He just tells her that he loves her. He tells her it's not too late to run away. And she was like, but he just tells her that, you've been through it with Kyle, your relationship, but you have a family, all the things that you've had in your past. You've been through it, but you survived it, and now you're just happy, and you're thriving, and you're a mother, and you have a family, and you have a successful business. And he's just proud of her, and he's happy for her. So then we see Diane and Jack, and she just tells Jack again, I'm sorry about, kissing you. I read the situation wrong. It was these emotions came up, and I'm just so happy to be a part of all this. And I just read it wrong. And he says, do not worry about it. So Phyllis, now I love me some Phyllis dress. That was so pretty on her. But Phyllis is so tall and thin that she could pretty much pull off anything. But anyway, so we see Phyllis come out, and she sees them, and she just says, hey, I spoke to Abby, and she says Dominic is sick, so she won't be able to make it. And they were like, oh, that's too bad. And she said, that's okay. It's about our kids. And so we'll just focus on that. So then Phyllis tells Diane, I had a conversation with Summer, and she just told me she wants everything to go smoothly. And Diane's like, everything's gonna go smoothly. We call the truce. Everything is fine. She's being y'all like Diane, and I get it. But Diane she makes comments, but they're double-sided comments. She knows what she's doing and how she irritates and gets under Phyllis's skin, and she does it on purpose. But Phyllis, you let her do it. Anywho, they agreed to keep the peace. It's about the kids. So then we see Billy has arrived, and Tracy and Jackie are there, and they love hearing all the people in the house, seeing all the movement going on. They're just super happy about it all. And Billy says, I'm going to go speak to Kyle. So around this time, Nikki and Victoria come, and Jack says, oh, Victor's not coming, is he? You don't have to say, I already know. I was like, Jack and Victor just had a nice conversation. Like, they disagreed. They agreed to disagree, but they had a decent conversation. It's just so petty. And I know y'all love Victor, but he's just so petty. It just makes no sense. You're going to miss Summer's wedding because you don't want to go to the Abbott house. Anyways, so Phyllis says, I need to speak to Nikki about Summer's dress. And so she goes, and she's like, Nikki, give me something. Because Diane has got under her skin, and she's like, I just need something to make me know that everything's going to be all right. And Nikki tells Phyllis, I found out some very, very interesting information about Diane, and it's all going to come to a head. And so Phyllis is like, okay, I can deal with her. And so then we see the start of Kyle and Summer's wedding. And I did not like the dress on the mannequin when it was at Forrester Creations, but the dress does look better on Summer when it's straight on, forward facing. The dress is really pretty on her. So I liked it better when she actually put it on her body. But so they're starting their wedding. Mariah, Tessa, as well as Noah are the officiants, and Kyle and Summer are getting married. And that was the end, y'all. But did y'all see next week's? So that's probably Tucker in the helicopter. What kind of statement he's trying to make, I don't know, but he's going to make something. And and then Audrey knows Noah. And I said, I knew Allie and Noah were too good to be true. Like, y'all couldn't wait to try to break them up or put something in there. So I don't know, guys. Just tell me what you think. That was The Young and the Restless today. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And I will see you to Monday with all new episode. It is the weekend, y'all. It is my birthday weekend. Today is my birthday. And I'm going to have a blast. So I hope you guys enjoy your weekend. Be safe. Be blessed. And I will see you Monday. Thank you so much for watching.